G'day chunky chili dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another episode of Son of a Chunk. Chili hasn't fallen far from the tree. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm glad you could be with us today. It's been a very, very long time, like I said in the last video. And obviously in the last video, you got to see us kind of rebirth our Carolina Reapers and get them ready for their forever homes, ready to move into their final positions to take aim for what's going to be a very fruitful harvest. That being said, there is a lot of things to talk about in this one, about two brand new family members we're bringing into the Chili Chunk family tribe, and also some chilies that have already arrived for us nice and early in the springtime. So without further ado, as the wise man says himself,
I'm a chunky chili dude, I'm on with the heat.
on with the heat. Let's get into the intro and I'll see you right after this. Awesome guys, thank you so much for coming back and joining us today. It has been a fantastic time. As a chili fan, as a chili connoisseur, as someone who loves growing all of his chilies, but I kind of went for a bit of a run today and took Mrs. Chili out and the seed of the chili out, and we went for a bit of a walk through Bunnings, and we come across two very unexpected guests who I didn't think I would see inside Bunnings, and they just happen to be the brother and sister Trinidad Marugan scorpions. So we are going to plant not one, but two Trinidad scorpions in their forever homes and hope that they can keep up with everybody else. Now, as we said in the last video, there was a surprise comeback. Now, if you guys remember, we lost a lot of plants growing in the back corner of the garden because of just the way the soil isn't sitting. As you can see in some of the videos we've also done, there's been a little bit of impact with the height and health of the Carolina Reaper plant that we've got in the garden, just because of the depth of the roots can grow. It's just not getting to its full capabilities, so it is only growing to a minimal height. After this video, so once we've done all these little time lapse and I'll show you everything of me planting all these chilies and doing all the cool things to them and moving them into their final places and hopefully setting up a new sprinkler this afternoon, we're going to harvest one because we have our very first Carolina Reaper ready. Now, in the last video, I said to you guys, could you guess what the size of that Carolina Reaper was? And I said to you guys, was it going to be 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 5 centimeters, or was it going to be a giant? Well, you're going to find that out this afternoon. At the end of this video, we're going to cut that chili. And in the next video, we're going to try it. So stick around for all of this because we're about to get nuts. So let's go back and wind into when we put these plants in their pots and get these guys to their respective homes. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so as you can see behind me, obviously the gardens need a bit of a clean up. So we're going to do that in the next video. In the next video I'm going to do a very quick time lapse on how the garden is going to clean up and look nicely. Obviously I've got to go around and clean up all the edges because obviously we didn't mat the outsides, we only mat the centres to keep the weeds off. Somehow though, the weeds have managed to crawl their space over and plant back into the garden. So we've got a bit of cleaning up to do. So in the next video, that's what we're going to be doing. But as you saw in the video behind me, we've now moved the pots to their semi-permanent location for now. We'll add some little stepping stones and stuff in that garden to help promote where the plants are going to go, plus the bird bath as well that we want to do. Just because we're that vertical, the water sprayer is just above, it gives them an opportunity at the moment to just mist them and give them the watering without obviously damaging them too much. We want to give them that mist without kind of hitting them too hard with the water, so this gives us an opportunity to just really be gentle with those plants. The Reaper, as you can see just beside me, Reaper tree is doing fantastic. The Tabasco plant is kicking us, but everything else in the garden is slowly fizzling apart. But we seem to have ourselves back to Firecracker, who has made a very quick appearance to grow back, which is nice. So we're going to prune that as well. We'll do some end of this video. I'm going to snip through and show you, and then obviously we're going to do the big reveal for the Carolina Reaper plant, which obviously we will take back inside of the House of Chunk, so you guys can see everything going on. But as you've seen, we've successfully planted our scorpions. Our Carolina Reapers are flourishing, Our Tabasco plant is currently growing a whole heap of Tabascos and imminent for Tabasco sauce, which I'm so excited for. I cannot wait. And obviously the next stage is now to go and harvest that first chili of the season, and this has taken us quite a bit to do, but we finally got there, and this feels like it's been forever, but I'm so excited I can't wait to get it on. So without further ado, let's quickly go through what's going on with the rest of the plants, and then let's go get ourselves this Carolina Reaper so we can go see what happens. Watch my head fall off. So as you can see, our little firecracker has made a reappearance. So we're going to need to clean this up. Obviously we're going to need to clean up the garden as well. So once we've finished watering the garden and everything gets nice and soft, we're going to dial back that sprinkler and then hopefully help with pulling all these weeds out that we can clean up so we can make this garden look absolutely schmick again. And who would be this? This would be the Carolina Reaper tree. Looking quite nice. So I'm feeling like I'm going to need to top it just on the top and bottom there, just to get it to grow a bit bigger, but it is slowly growing up, which is a good thing. Don't know if you can see though, but inside there's a little tiny bit, and there you can start to see all the bulbs making their appearance in there, which is great because we have so many Carolina Reapers all along this tree. It's looking fantastic. I'm so excited. I really can't wait. And then a little mate in the background over here. I'm going to pan over here. That's a Tabasco tree. And you can see all the little flowers that are currently growing on him, and he's looking really healthy in the top down. The only the only downside that we're having with this guy at the moment is that the top of him seems to be shriveling due to lack of water and also the bugs. So we need to start working on the deterrents in this garden to make sure we can actually get ourselves a proper deterrent. All right, let's go walk out and find what's in this garden. Oh, you've seen too much. So despite the fact that we have quite a lot of weeds in the garden here that I definitely need to go and clean up, the garden is looking overall pretty good. We've got lots of great herbs growing in the garden, a lot of unexpected guests who need to be cleaned up, and we'll do that in the next video. But our habanero tree is already starting to fruit as well. We've got a lot of little bulbs just in here, which is great. So habaneros, Trinidads, Carolina Reapers, all going really, really well. We've got our basil tree. Basil tree is already starting to flower, which means we're going to have a lot more basil. This is going to smell really nice when these flowers go up and in. In the background there, we've got our marigolds. Now this is the exciting part. Just because the flower's dead does not mean it's game over. What we're going to do is we're going to take those little dead marigolds apart, and what you'll find is inside the marigolds is actually all the seeds to the next flower. So this is where we're going to have that fun by regerminating some brand new marigolds. We've got that 12 pot inside that we still haven't used yet, and we might even see if we can try hydroponics with the marigolds and see what happens there. I'm very excited to see which way goes where, but we'll give them a crack, and if we lose them, that's totally okay, because the marigolds are healthy enough to develop some more seeds for us. And this is the part where we never have to worry about seeds ever again for any of the flowers that we have here. Speaking of flowers, look how good our Corinthians look. Corinthians are absolutely flourishing. We had 4. Now we've got over 20 Corinthian flowers that are just looking absolutely fantastic. When they're open during the day, these guys are absolutely stunning. We'll get some more seeds for these guys as well, because I really want to open the front garden up and have a whole heap of Corinthians. Now we move down here, and you guys have obviously just seen what we've been working on. So, got the marigold in here, Trinidad scorpions, our Carolina Reapers, and then our oregano and our thyme in the background absolutely taking off on us, which is great. What else is also taking off on us is these weeds, which we will have to chill out with. And Puppy Chunk digging holes. Where is she? That one. The menace of society for the backyard. David Attenborough would have a field day with this dog and the things that she does. There we go. Prettiest dog. Dumbest dog shit. Anyway, let's go harvest this Reaper. And the moment you've all been waiting for, the size of the Reaper. Not that big, hey? Not that big at all, but she is ready. So, without further ado, let's get that out. And hello, baby Carolina Reaper with the smallest tail in the world. I've just noticed as well, we've dropped a Green Reaper. The Green Reaper has dropped. So we'll see if we can take any seeds out of that. Maybe we can recover that at all. But we have ourselves the tiniest Carolina Reaper probably in the world. Let's go taste test it. Alright, chunky chili dudes and dudettes, and welcome back. Now I've got to keep my voice down because the seed of the chunky is sleeping, but we have it. Might not be the biggest one in the world, but is the first one of the season. I'm hoping they get bigger with the pots that we put them in. I'm thinking it's because the soil that we found out has a concrete barrier at the very bottom. It doesn't give it much growth for those Reapers to go. Nonetheless, they are still growing, and we're still getting some fruits, which is great. Even if they're this big, they are designed for the sauce, and even this much here could pack a giant punch. So I think it's time to get it out of the way and find out how hot this really is. Now, I haven't prepped myself. There's no water. I don't want to say it can't be that bad, but I know how much even one bite of these bastards can take a punch. So I'm going to bite this, and on the next episode, you're going to see the reaction of what's going to happen. I had to do it. I'm sorry. It's a clickbait. I'm so sorry, but I want you guys to see the next video. So, see you in the next one. Well, before you go, chunky chili dudes and dudettes, and before you see me bite into the inevitable of Carolina Reaper death, make sure you like, subscribe, follow the video, and share them to your friends. If anybody's interested in growing chilies, make sure you watch the video because I'm going to show you how to do it the good way, the bad way, and every way in between. Make sure you watch every single video because there's some cool little content things in there you wouldn't have seen before. So, like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you in the next one. And as the chunky man says himself, on with the heat. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video when I do this. If I do this, I'm gonna stop. I can't feel anything.